I was born in Harlem Hospital, and yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay. So, what got you here to working as a director at the Boys and Girls Club of Queens?
Oh, yes, of Queens. That's a loaded question. I'm working with young people since I was 13. I'm 36.
It's a long
And
time.
yes, it is.
I don't really do that.
It's 23 years almost. 23 years of experience working with young people. I started off a summer youth empowerment program, or appointment program, the SYEP program. And when I moved to go to school in Virginia, I started working in the Boys and Girls Club, and I became the youngest female unit director of the Boys and Girls Club there.
And she's black.
Yes, and I'm black. Woo woo. Hey, ha, Rudy for everyone black. And what got me here to this Boys and Girls Club is because last year I worked for a summer program called AMDA, and that is the American Dramatic and Musical Academy, and they did a summer intensive. And for a very long time, I had steered away from being in leadership again because it's a lot of politics and there's a lot of like things that frustrate you and get you upset as an adult.
Okay, so tell me about leadership. Like, what did you do?
I don't know if I'm a born leader or my life circumstances have made me a leader. I'm an only child from my mom and my dad, but I have 4 other siblings and I'm the middle child, but they all look to me as like the oldest. So I think that
Even the actual oldest?
even the actual oldest.
Oh, wow.
I think that my life has cultivated these moments for me to be in lead and for me to be strong, or I had to like be responsible and I had to make decisions that are more so adult decisions in a very young age. And I think those are all the makings of Miss T or Miss Tanzania becoming a leader.
Okay. So, like, was your life challenging for you as a child, or like for preaching, or like in any stage as a child?
Yes. My mom was killed when I was 1.
Oh.
That was challenging. My grandmother and my household was abusive growing up, so that was challenging. In school and in church I was made fun of, so that was challenging.
What were you made fun of?
I had a jerry curl. You know what a jerry curl is?
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yep, little jerry curl. I had a jerry curl, and then I was also darker skinned, because I'm clearly darker skinned, but I got called like patent leather forehead.
Makes no sense.
Kids are cruel sometimes. But those are the things that made me stronger. Those are the things that made me look within and look past just what someone said to me and really find out what's really inside of me. And to have adversity come your way at a young age, you really know what you're made of after things keep hitting you. Excuse me. So at a young age, I dealt with a lot of adversity, and it really shaped me also as a leader as well, to go back to your other question. Like, those things helped me to be a leader.
Oh, okay. Have you made like real friends here, like throughout your life, or throughout, like what happened?
Yes, I have I have friends from high school that I still talk to. One of them is actually my roommate, and I've known her since 1995. And that's a long time.
Something 10 years.
Yep, we've been friends since we were 13 years old. I have friends that I met when I went to college in my freshman year, and we're still friends now, and that's 1999. I have a friend that I grew up with that we were friends, I want to say from 9 years old, maybe even 7, and we're still friends. I want to say that every friend that I made, I kind of keep around, and it takes a lot for you not to be my friend anymore. For me to say, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I usually keep my friendships. Your friendships help mold you. My friends are really my family. They have helped me in the times where I've had adversity. So like my friend that I've been friends with since I was like 7, her name is Saisha. And growing up, she helped me like get away from like the abuse that I was going through, like the verbal or physical abuse. Her friendship helped me kind of stay focused and stay alive, really. So throughout the course of time, I want to say that God, because I'm a believer in God, God, the Creator, He has, or they, like I like to say, they have given me people, and these people have become not only friends, but I call them family, like family, yep, yeah. So they have helped me to be who I am today. So there's a lot of them, and then there's a core group of people where I know sometimes when you're strong or you're a leader, it's hard for you to trust people or feel like you can kind of fall back on people and let them take control. But I have a core, I call them my tribe. I have a core group of people where if I am needing a sounding board, you know what a sounding board is?
No.
Like if I need someone to just bounce ideas off, or if I need to just be able to express myself without any judgment or any ridicule, I can just say to them and they will give me like sound advice, like good counsel.
Oh, so has any of your friends been like a mother figure since your mother passed at a young age?
No, I'm the mother figure of my friendships, which is odd because I don't have a mom. But even though my household was tumultuous, or even though that me and my grandmother weren't always seeing eye to eye, my grandmother is the mother figure in my life, and she's a pretty dope person outside of our issues. But in turn, because of that turmoil, I became super motherly. Like everyone calls me the Mama T or Mama Bear, or I became the matriarch of all of my friendships. So I am learning this year to let other people mother me or kind of protect me and like love on me instead of me being always the one who is the go-to person. Yeah, so I'm learning that now. It's kind of hard when we're always like the leader or always like the strong individual. I'm learning now and I can actually now fall back and let somebody else handle it or let somebody else take care of things because I trust them. I think I became very, very trusting at a young age. I always saw the good in people. As I got older, I began to trust a little less. As far as like I'm the type of person where if you are always on good terms with me until you do one thing, and then the second thing, and the third thing, by the third thing, then I need to learn that you're not someone I need to trust. So I give people chance. I believe in giving people chances. I also believe in discerning whether the person should be as close to you as you or they want to, like someone that wants to be close and you're just like, you get that feeling like, So those people I've learned that I shouldn't trust them. If I got like a spidey sense or like, a little feeling in my gut, I shouldn't trust them. But I have learned to trust people as much as they allow me to let them trust me.
That's good. I think that you should do that. But also, like as a black girl living in America, do you have any trouble with like people on the street like calling you names that are racist?
Yeah. I think especially in this social climate, so I'm very much like my best friend will tell me that I am the all lives matter girl. I was very much like all lives matter and everything's important and we shouldn't put more on one person or one group of people than the other. And as I have seen in this generation, in these past 2 years of this presidency, just the evil that has happened because of one person being in charge. I am not what I like to call Negro light or like black light. I am, when you see me, you see my hair, it's kinky, it's curly, it's coily. You see my skin, it's brown, it's chocolate, it's velvet. When you see me, people see black women. And it's something where black women are one of the groups of people that are constantly torn down, degraded, we're not, people are not informed about black women. They kind of have the stereotype of what black women are. So I am constantly fighting against what someone's impression of a black woman is. Whether it's the mama figure or the auntie figure or the Medea figure or big black Aunt Jemima strong woman figure. And we have tons of black people who transcend past a Sambo image or an Aunt Jemima figure. We have Oprah, we have Michelle Obama, we have Angela Davis, we have Zora Neale Hirsch, we have transcended past what even someone would call like a stereotypical black woman that's we used to be like fawned over, like someone who just an image, like a sex symbol. So I'm constantly fighting against all these ideals that America and the world think of should be a black woman. Like either we're idolized for our lips and our big butts and our curves and our hair, or we're torn down because of it. Or she's so loud, she's so strong. So I've definitely dealt with people assuming that I'm always supposed to be strong and I'm always supposed to be determined or strong-willed, and I'm not supposed to have feelings, or I'm not supposed to be sensitive, or I can't be soft. And it is the dichotomy of a black woman everyone knows that she's going to take care of everything, she's going to handle it. But then if I don't have the answer, if I didn't take care of it, I'm torn down for it. Or if I get on a subway, I'm pushed because I'm the strong black woman, or she can stand, as if I didn't work like 14 hours, or if I didn't have several things to do, because people or society has known of us to be so strong. But even with that strength, we have entire groups of people tearing us down constantly. And I've dealt with feeling the strength of a black woman and all the ancestors rallying behind me, saying, get up, you can do this, get your education, be responsible, be strong. But I don't have that same rallying from others that are in my community that may not look like me, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. I understand. No.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt when you were younger, has it felt bad to be having jerry curls and felt bad about it and didn't want any yourself?
One of the greatest lessons my grandmother ever taught me was to not kiss anybody's behind. Don't suck up to people. And if they like you, they like you. If you don't like you, to HELL with them. And that's one of the things that I've kept with me. It's something that drives me not to kiss butt or not to seek to have people in my life. If you want to leave, you can leave. I don't think there was a time in my life where I haven't gone through that space of, dang, I wish my hair wasn't in jerry curls, because my grandma picked that hairstyle. But as soon as I became 13, honey, I took the jerry curls out. No, I would say like 14, 15, because right at that time, jerry curls were easy. And I've always had kind of like thin hair or like short hair, but when I started taking care of my hair myself, I went natural and it started really, really growing. So I went natural, then I got to college, and then I was the only natural girl there, and I felt insecure about it, and I felt like I didn't have all the tools to do my hair or feel comfortable in my skin with my hair. So then I put a perm in, and then my hair started damaging and breaking off. So my hair journey has been a journey of self-realization. I think that I realized when I was 16 and 17, right before I went to college, that I wanted to be natural, so I went natural. And things are very different in New York than it is when I went to school down south. I went to school in Richmond, Virginia. Richmond, Virginia is a commonwealth. It's also one of the states where the civil rights movement, or the Civil War rather, it seceded. That means we didn't win. They lost. It kind of was like, okay, we surrender. So you still have a huge
like racism.
Yeah, there's racism. There's prejudice. I think I've dealt with more shadeism or hair ideals when I was in Virginia. I think I dealt with a lot of identity crisis when I was in Virginia, because in New York, black women are, you go to Harlem and it's black queen, my Nubian queen, my princess, everything, you're everything, I love you. It's you're accepted here. My hair was accepted here. When I went natural in New York, it was, oh my gosh, your hair is so amazing. There's more acceptance for you to be a black woman and to be who you are, whatever shape or form you are. I was accepted. When I got to Virginia, I was darker. It was a lot of shadeism there between, and not like shade honey, but like shadeism, like that stuff. And I never experienced that there. I got made fun of for my skin tone, but it never was blatantly, or like someone telling me that, oh, you too dark. Like I've had a young man tell me that he wouldn't date me, that he would do everything else except for date me because he wouldn't bring me home to mom because I was too dark.
No.
This? You want to be able to do this? Rotating. Yeah. Here. Create another shape. 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 Yes!
I've learned how to Vogue. Strike the pose.
Okay, so for a majority of my life, I'm lying. So my mom was a dancer. She danced for Alvin and Ailey. And so I thought I was going to be a dancer. So I was always growing up like...
It's destiny.
Yeah, but I think that for a while I was living in my mom's shadow. And I clearly don't know her, so all I can know is like the memories of other people. So I was like dancing, and then I became really good at drawing. And anything creative, naturally, I'm able to do. Like I'm able to see it, I can do it. So I would draw and I would dance. I've been dancing since I was little, and I would go turn on the jukebox in my grandmother's bar, and I would turn on the jukebox and I would just dance. I would dance with like Michael Jackson and Patti LaBelle, anything, Whitney Houston, anything. Yes, Whitney Houston. And from there, I started dancing more. I really got involved in church and like doing praise dancing. And then I got involved with like choreographing things, and I went away to school and I got involved in ministry and choreographing for churches. And I got into Virginia and I was there for a while and I felt stuck. Like I wasn't really doing all that I was supposed to do in life. And I moved back to New York and I said, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to start auditioning. So I started like putting out stuff because I also went to school for fashion design. So I did Fashion Week when I came back. Yes. So I did Fashion Week, and from Fashion Week, I said, you know what, this is not everything that I have in me. And I did this, I saw this randomly. I think I saw this commercial, or I was just on the radio or something, and there was a commercial for actors, models, talents for Christ, and that's AMTC. Yes. And I think I called or emailed, and and this woman named Julie Green called me back, and I think I sent them like some work, like some of my drawings or something like that. I think I did like a dance. I showed them like a dance. Yes, I did. I sent her a Christ vogue. Ooh. I didn't send her a Christ vogue though. I sent her a song that I choreographed to a dance that I choreographed to "I'm Chasing After You," and I sent her that, and then she called me back, and we had like this mind-blowing conversation because she kind of stretched me in where I thought of myself as an artist. She was like, you're a beautiful dancer, and if you don't decide to audition with us, don't ever stop dancing. So when I got into the rounds of doing AMTC, I was like, I'm going to be a dancer, and I'm going to sing, because I can sing a little bit, but I can really, really dance. So I danced, and I like did my whole audition, and then my coaches, they Bob and Faith Real, they were like, you got to do some acting. And I was like, I don't want to do no acting. And you got to do some acting. I was like, I don't want to do no acting. But they made you do it, so I did a cold read, and a cold read is like, they give you something to read, and you pick it up, and you have to act it out.
And read it.
And I got picked to go do another round of it, so I did another round of cold reads, and that cold read got me a scholarship to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. So I went to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts, and I was like one of the oldest students there.
Back in my day.
And for a while in school, you see young people, you start doubting your talent, not even thinking about being an actor and thinking that I'm too old to do this. But realizing that it's never too late to live the life that you want to live. And if I wanted to do this, because I didn't know, honey, I was dead. I was dying until I was dead until I started acting. And when I started acting, I didn't know that I missed this. Like my soul missed this. And when I get behind a camera and in front of a camera now, I feel like I am living on purpose and living my purpose. I wouldn't change the world. I think that I would not even see. Here's my thing about changing the world. I think that we have already been given the opportunity to change. Honestly, I think we have had dope leaders and prophets, and we have a gazillion books, and we have all these ideals, and we still have not gotten it. And what we need to get is love. But if we don't really buckle down and get to this ideal of not just self-serving love or loving without like a merit or without some kind of ideal, because even God expects something from the love that he gives. He expects you to love him back. Whether or not you are is up to you. But even he has an expectation on the love that he gives. I think that we don't want to love truly and fully, because if we ever experience love the way I've experienced love in some relationships, then we wouldn't be fighting, we wouldn't have war, we wouldn't have mistrust. And I think that we have damaged each other, and to change that means that you wouldn't grow from that turmoil.
Wow, true.
That's how I think sometimes. I'm deep.
Mm-hmm.
Deep.
Oh, thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Yay.